like
Man,
that.
welcome. What?
I like that better.
Yeah,
I do. I like that much better.
yeah, it's
Word
much,
up.
much better.
Word up. All
But
right.
yeah, welcome to another episode of the Quotes and Mirrors podcast. I'm Relic.
I am Uncommonterry. How y'all doing?
What's on your beard? What you drinking
Oh,
something and it got on you?
what you mean? You see something?
It's low. Maybe it's just shiny. I don't know. You put some sort of beard shiny stuff on you or something.
I mean, you got to nourish it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you walk around and get bristly and you got a Brillo pad on your face. Your wife don't want to hug you. Now your marriage is in trouble. You're distant from your kids. You don't know how you're going to get back unless you shave your face, but nobody likes you without your beard. See what you started? Huh?
Yo, when
Huh?
is your next therapy session, yo?
Didn't it just start? I'm pretty sure we're there right now. But nah, I got a couple of grays in the front that I didn't cut yet because I don't like the grays yet because they too spotty.
Yeah, that's how mine are too. I don't like it.
If it come in full on salt and pepper, cool. But the little spot ones that just be like, you're getting old. I don't like that.
Yo,
So I took the
your
just went away real
computer,
quick. Did you see that?
your connection it seems to be slow. It started moving real slow just now.
Yeah, that's same thing I saw on this side. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah, I can hear
hear
you.
me at all?
I can hear
Does
you.
it look like it's slowed up or is it on
No,
time?
no, it's back to normal now.
Okay. I don't know what happened. We had a power outage last night, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so this morning the power woke up, it was like every 10 minutes, and it went out twice during the night, which by the way is horrible for a cat with sleep apnea because I got a CPAP machine helping me breathe.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, super sucks.
You need to get like a battery
Yeah.
powered CPAP
So
machine or something.
I actually just ordered a backup battery today. I was gonna order one some years ago. The thing was like $400, man. It's crazy. But it's also keeping me alive. So hey, it's
And
invested.
it's more
Well,
price to pay to live.
yeah, I mean, at least keeping me without a headache. Hey, you know what? We came to do the show. Hey
Oh,
guys,
let's do it.
welcome to another episode of Quotes and Mirrors. You might be a little confused as to what we do here, other than the fact that we really enjoy each other. So we're gonna stick to the name. We got a quote scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's Relic's turn to pick, so you don't tell them what we're gonna end up with here. I'm gonna read it to you in the event that you are not watching the show. I'm not gonna call you any names out loud for not watching the show. All right. The quote is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So says Confucius. Okay, let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right, first you gotta tell me why. Like what you this ain't the first time you heard this quote. So what grabbed you about it this time?
Um, I think well, I want to go back to the first time I heard it. When the first time I heard it, I think I was talking to somebody who I know exactly who I was talking to. Okay. So and it makes a lot of things are starting to make sense now. Anyway, but we'll get to why it makes sense.
Hopefully.
Anyway, what'd you say?
Nothing.
So um when I first I remember years ago when I first heard this, it made all the sense in the world to me. And the person that I was speaking to, he was my acting manager for music, for
Okay.
so and we were just discussing the game plan as far as the where we wanted to go with my career and all of that stuff. And um I'm trying to remember exactly what happened that made him say it to me. But he basically said to me, he said, he said, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense because I really do need to be in the room with people that I can learn from. So it made all the sense in the world to me back then. Now, not so much.
Ooh, really?
No, mm-mm.
I
No.
mean, because when I read it, me being me, my first question was, what if you the teacher?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And my point is sometimes you have to be the smartest person in the room for the other people in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I mean, I got questions. Like, first of all, how are you determining that you're the smartest person in the room?
Listen, I think we're gonna agree tonight because I was going there too.
I'm just saying, I would like to know. And then, like, has everybody had a chance to speak or something? Like, what exactly? How are you classifying that? And then, what happens if everybody comes to the same conclusion that they the smartest person in the room?
Now we all the same smart. That sounds stupid.
Then we all gotta go. You know what I mean? That's what happened. This room should be empty. You know, and I understand. So if I take away the layers of comedy, right, that can come from this particular statement, I guess I understand what he's saying. That you want to be in the room with somebody smarter than you, I guess, in order to learn, which I think what you were talking about to begin with, which is cool, but it's just so much more fun to explore the other angles of this quote. And I got a question for you though. How often do you find yourself being the smartest person in the room?
I don't know. And the reason I say I don't know is because I think it's rather arrogant for me to just assume that I'm the smartest person in the room.
Well, okay. So have you ever? Let me rephrase. Have you ever been in a room where it became evident that you were the smartest person in the room?
Many times. many times.
So because this doesn't even talk about being the smartest in a particular area. It makes a general stroke, right? So give me, if you would, because I don't know that I've ever been that I've ever felt like smartest person in the room. You know what I mean? I don't know that I've ever felt like that, but and no knock, but you said that you have. So how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, it depends. It depends. Because sometimes it's just obvious that you just have more knowledge of things than other people in the room. And then sometimes you just in the room with some dumbasses. Like, and that's
so
I'm okay with leaving those rooms now. Like this.
So sometimes you smarter than them, and other times they dumber than you.
I don't know how I feel about the way you put that.
Because you know they gotta be, if they dumber, somebody gotta be dumb.
Exactly.
All right, so you caught me on that one.
Yeah. Because I ain't dumb.
Nice. Okay. I don't want you to feel insulted. I just took it out to wing it. Dope. Because everybody wouldn't catch that. Somebody watching, listening. I hope somebody's watching and listening. They didn't catch that.
I see we got some viewers. I can see. Yeah, they watch. Cool. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, the other thing though, you know what? Sometimes, again, like I said, sometimes you have to be the smartest person in the room for the other people in the room. But also, just because you're the smartest person in the room doesn't mean that you're the wisest person in the room.
Oh. Okay. So we skewing it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Because knowledge and wisdom not the same thing.
No.
Okay. Knowledge and smarts. How about that?
Knowledge and smarts. I believe that you can get smarts by acquiring knowledge, maybe.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know why I didn't expect you to do this. So I'm just saying, because I'm trying to like, so knowledge, I would imagine. Knowledge is the accumulation and retention of information.
Right.
Would you agree? Okay. Smart is more of the ability to do that.
Yeah, the application of the knowledge that you receive. So
hold on. So smart is the app, because I was saying that smart is the ability to gain the knowledge. But you saying smart is the application of the knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
So that sound a little more like wisdom to me.
No, because wisdom to me is more based off of experience.
Okay. So
and oftentimes age.
Yeah. I mean, given after a certain age, you should just be wise about some things.
Right.
That's a definite. But okay, so wisdom is based on experience. Okay. I don't have anything for that. I'm good with that. All right. Cool. So hold on. I think I interrupted you. When I asked about the smart versus knowledge.
No, I think that was the point that I was making though about the wisdom. Just making sure, sometimes you're not the wisest person in the room. Yo, I'm gonna tell you the day that this changed for me. One time Terrell was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and we were in his playroom. Okay. And he was playing with a toy. I was just kind of sitting back watching him, and he was playing with one of his toys. And
shout out godson nephew.
Huh?
I said shout out godson nephew.
Right. Who's no longer 4 or 5 years old now.
He ain't even 4 or 5 feet.
Nah, boy's 20 years old, and
every bit of 6.
yeah, and I'm getting younger. Anyway, so but yeah, he was trying to play with this toy. He couldn't figure it out though.
Okay.
And I started to get up and help him. But then something told me, just sit back and just watch him. Let me see what he does. Right.
Okay.
And he picked it up, got frustrated, put it down. Picked it up, got frustrated, put it down. He did this probably about 3 or 4 times. Eventually he figured it out. Once he figured it out, he moved on to something else. Right. And I sat there and I thought to myself, I said, you know what? If more adults had the determination of a child, then there would be a lot more people who were successful. He operated as if there was no such thing as failure because he didn't know what failure was at that age. If he had been successful at every single thing, you're hungry, you get fed. You want to play, we play. You're sleepy, you go to sleep. Anything that you need, you get it. So he's been successful in these 4 or 5 years of his life, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what failure is. And I sat there thinking to myself, it was such a defining moment for me because it made me change the way that I was doing things. It made me start operating as if failure doesn't exist. Like I have no choice but to succeed. And in that moment, I was the smartest person in the room, but I was not the wisest in that moment. There was so much wisdom that I got from him in that moment.
Oh wow, that is surprisingly refreshing. Because normally you're so arrogant. But today,
why? Yo, one day that's gonna be the quote because I have no idea why you think I'm arrogant.
You're so humble this evening, and I appreciate it. And by the way, he still operates the same way.
Who's Terrell?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. He still operates the same way, doing
which is why he is continuously in a position of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Word up. Shout out. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I do want to. I got to highlight that was very humble of you, and that given you conceded to the wisdom of your child, but still, so I think it had to be that. By the way, but it was still dope. So hold on, because I had another question. Let me see. Oh, so that's what it was. Okay, so it's not an extreme thing. So you ain't got to be the smartest person in the room or find out that you're the dumbest one or least knowledgeable. Where do you sit comfortable? Right? Because what I thought of with this quote is everybody in the room is going through their own analysis and by process of elimination deciding whether or not they should be in the room. Mm-hmm. Right? So where do you sit comfortable? Because real rap, if everybody is trying to determine or kind of land on it, and that's another question. maybe I should ask that one first. Is the goal to enter the room where you are the least knowledgeable and then leave once you become the most knowledgeable?
No, my goal is to walk into the room and read the room. And then after I read the room, I decide from there, is this going to be an opportunity for me to teach, or is this an opportunity for me to learn, or an opportunity for both?
Okay, so how is it not an opportunity for both at any given point?
Because if I walk into a room with a dumbass,
That's an opportunity to teach.
Yeah, if I want to stay in this room.
Let's not sip on ifs. That's an opportunity to teach.
If I want to stay in, I have to say that, because there are definitely times where I walk into the room and there's dumbasses in there, and I'm like, there's no reason for me to be here. There's no, because at some point I become the idiot too.
Okay.
So I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't stay.
Okay, but just so a second ago you were saying that you have to determine whether or not you can teach or learn.
Mm-hmm.
So those weren't the only two options?
No, because now it's teach, learn, or leave.
Okay. So then we got a fourth choice. You can teach, you can learn, you can do both, or you can determine that you can't do either.
Right.
Okay. I need you to go ahead and speak in complete thoughts. You know what I mean?
I mean, they formulate, but then they got to get around the ADHD, and then
just saying, you handed me the baton to finish the race. I didn't even know we was running. You know what I mean?
But we won.
Okay, good point. All right. So then, what if you find? And that's another. I guess the other question was, like, where's the space? I guess where you can be comfortable. You're not worried about being the smartest. Maybe because the whole you want to be successful, surround yourself around successful people, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, I mean, in that case, I'm gonna imagine it's pretty even kill. So I guess what I'm still asking: are you still working to determine whether or not, where you actually fit in the ranks, right? Mm-hmm. And does that then determine who you actually address? So if you're in a room with 10 people, conversation ensues, and you learning from conversation that I think I might be a couple steps ahead of this guy. So then are you then writing him off?
Well, that seems like an intellectual size up at that point, and I don't do that.
Okay. Well, if you don't do that, how do you determine that you're the smartest person in the room?
Some things are just evident. Like, you have a conversation, and after a while, things start to come out, and you just start to realize, okay, either I'm the smartest person in the room, or maybe this is one of these times where I need to shut up and listen. Or maybe we just need to feed off of each other and we can learn, but it's just, you gotta have the conversation first and see where it's going.
Okay, so so this is not, Confucius wasn't speaking as a competitor.
I don't know. He's dead. No, I'm saying I would have asked him, but he's dead.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to assume a couple things.
Okay.
Talk about what he said. We know that he's not available.
He's dead.
I'm starting to determine I may need to leave. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm hearing some things that maybe so, but I'm saying so. But if he's not coming from a competitive, I guess that kind of eliminates all of it, because I'm thinking it's competition. You know what I mean? And it can still be friendly competition. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with you and your boy, kind of pushing to see who could have the greatest outcome gain the greatest knowledge in the quickest amount of time, whatever the case. But it does sound very competitive. It does sound very kind of polarizing.
Let's look at it from that point of view now.
Okay.
But you got to understand, you can only compete where you can compare. Like, for instance, my best friend Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to compete with that genius, that prodigy. Like that, he's a freaking scientist. Yo, the other day he said, "Yeah, hold up, I'm gonna try to show you. Hopefully, you can see this picture that he just sent me, yo." Can you see that?
I can see Mark and what looks to be a tiny Polish man.
Yeah, he's just chilling with Dr. Fauci, yo.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he's chilling with Dr. Fauci. Like he's
that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was only him and Dr. Fauci in that room too. So don't tell them I said that because I
didn't. You know, they took a lot of his Mark's research for when they were trying to do the COVID vaccine. They took a lot of his research into account.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. It's stupid how smart he is, yo. It's stupid.
Well, I mean,
why do you know stuff?
he's a lifetime student.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be his lifeblood. He can't sit still mentally, intellectually. Like he got to keep moving and keep learning and keep pushing, which is super dope, specifically with the field that he's in.
And Bev is actually smarter than him, according to him. So my goddaughter is about to be an absolute just.
But she's only like 2, right?
No, she just turned 4.
Oh,
and they're pregnant. she about to have another baby.
Oh,
she about to have another little genius. Yeah, I
think she's pregnant though.
I mean, you know, people say they, us, we, whatever. You know, people,
it's her.
Okay, all right,
it's her. I guarantee you. Come birthday, he's not pregnant. Guarantee you.
You're right.
Well, hold on. But you was talking about let's look at it from that perspective, from a competitive perspective. You said you can only compete where you can compare.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I want you to make me smart on that one. You can only compare where you can compare.
Yeah, like you can only if you're smart enough to have the intellectual conversation with the person that is an intellectual, then you can compare. But if you're not smart enough to have the conversation, then you can't compete. You can't compare.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. It feels like you kind of said the word in the definition. So hold on a second.
I probably did.
I'm just digesting, but okay. Okay. I think I got what you.
But I'm trying to build off of you us taking this turn into it being a competition now.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but you can get lost in the competition trying to prove that you're the smartest person, which then in turn does make you a bit of a dummy. But but it can also be a very motivating thing, mm-hmm. Like because you can kind of feed off of the person. Like, for instance, if me, you, and Q is in the same room, I can't tell you who the smartest person in the room is, but they can tell you who some smart people are in the room.
Right. But you know what? But the thing is, when the three of us are in the room together, there is no competing. It's like 3 different types of intelligence.
Okay.
And there's this, even though it's different, it fits. It's perfect.
Synergy is the word you're looking for.
No, I wasn't looking for that word, but
you was too. What I say?
I wasn't.
You was looking. That's what you was looking for. Synergy.
I wasn't looking for anything.
Don't make me talk like Ice Cube. Come on, man. But no, but anyway, I'm just saying, from a competitive perspective, I think it could be dope. Definitely pushing each other forward because, like I said, we ain't trying to prove who's the smartest, but we enjoy. Like when we like, if you get one off, like we enjoy that. You know what I mean? And we feed off of that because if one of us go here and it pushes the next person to here, pushing the next person to here, you know what I'm saying? So,
okay, but what if me, you, and Quinn in the same room, and then Josh walks in?
Well, then somebody yells Voltron, and we all come together, not just because he is an intellectual giant, but because he's a monster.
A literal giant.
See? And then, then we had to go ahead and take him down. I don't think Josh will hurt me, though. I think he respects me too much. Y'all might be in trouble. I don't know. If for no other reason, Josh is like, he's 50. But even then, because when we talk to him, we do. It's funny because, like, Josh actually doesn't leave the room because many times you speak to him, and of course the retention of knowledge is ridiculous, and you got to just tell him, man, I don't even know really what you just said. You know what I mean? I don't know, especially when he get into the science of a situation, but he stays in the room. I guess that's one of the opportunities where he can teach, or he ain't looking to learn. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. I think he does, because oftentimes, especially like when me and him talking, I've realized that Josh defers to wisdom.
Okay, what do you mean defers to wisdom? Go ahead.
Like, he will sit and listen. As smart as he is, he will sit and listen.
Yeah, but that's definitely part of him being smart. But I'm saying, well, no, I'm not gonna say that because he is. I guess he is. He's open. He's open, but he's ready. Yeah, I mean, especially because he loves a good debate.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you press that red button, you know what that red button is. You press that red button.
Yeah, he loves a good debate, and at that point, then it does become a bit of a competition.
A competition, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, it definitely becomes a bit of a competition. But that being said, because he's being pushed to actually display that knowledge, that's interesting because then, but everybody trying to be the smartest person, or both people trying to be the smartest person in the room. You know what I mean? Because nobody's leaving. They haven't determined that they're in the wrong room and they need a role. It's like how we actually building now. You know what I
mean? But you know what though? When I see Josh debate, especially when we're watching the show, now that's debatable on Relic Media, by the way. Anyway,
plug.
when we're watching Josh debate, I don't see it as a clash of intellect. I see it as a clash of point of view.
And you don't think that the point of view is
the point of view happens to be intelligent, but I don't see him trying to say, I don't take it as him trying to say, hey, I'm smarter than you. I'm trying to outsmart you. That's not what it is. He's just trying to get you to say, listen, my point of view is what it is because of this.
Yeah. Well, we're not talking about arrogance anyway. We're talking about intelligence, right? So,
right. But I think arrogance comes in when we make this a competition. Now, arrogance comes into play.
You would be familiar with arrogance. I
have no idea why you say that.
All the time? You have no idea at any point why I've ever said?
No.
Hold on a second. Because for just a second, your face was straight and you look like you was hurt.
I wasn't hurt. Maybe at times I can have arrogant moments. Like, for instance, just now when you thought you saw hurt, that wasn't hurt. That was probably arrogance. Just saying, I don't care. So that's what that was.
Yeah, so what are we talking about?
Because it was just for one moment. See, the times that you say it, it doesn't apply.
Lies. And it's cool. I mean, it's kind of fun, as a matter of fact.
I think people get me not caring about things confused with arrogance.
Okay, not caring is in. We're kind of moving away from the quote here.
I know we are. I know.
Yeah, but you want to talk about you. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
I'm
like I opened this door. Okay.
I'm just calling it as I see it. That's
you put me in a position where I maybe should defend myself.
I did that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm a puppet master of sorts.
Hold on. All right, hold on. We got a couple of comments. All right, Vega. Vega said Vega's in the building. What's up, Vega? I knew you was gonna be in the building though. You better be. Monty. Monty said, "Is this why we can't hang out anymore?" Because I don't know if he's saying that he's the smartest one or I'm the smartest one. I don't know. All I know is that when me and Monty go play golf,
right,
he's the smartest one on that golf course.
Well, but he shouldn't. He's not in the wrong room, right? Because there's something for him to learn, for you to learn from him, right?
Absolutely, especially at this point, and some of the things that he is the place where he is in his life. There's so much that I am learning from him. So, yeah, definitely. And actually, I'll say this because he wouldn't care, but he has stage 4 cancer, and
Jesus,
yeah, but his you would never know it by talking to him. No, he's still just very happy, just carefree, just has the most positive outlook on life. I mean, he's just and very accepting of what it is that he's going through. But there's so much that I learned from him just watching him.
Yeah, I mean, there's to know the circumstance, and then to see the demeanor.
Yeah,
and how the demeanor does not tell the story of the circumstance. That in itself is probably the biggest lesson. But I can't. I don't even know where that comes from. Because I imagining myself in that position. I don't know if I could develop that type of not even defense, just embracing it like that. That's
that level of peace. Like, yeah.
That's why. Was he? Hold on. He was on when he was on the show one time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Monty.
Okay.
Yep.
Man. All right. Jesus, God bless. But okay, my bad. We still gotta get back. You always be veering off. What was we saying before you said something about Monty? You said somebody made a comment?
I said the 2 comments. Vega just said she's in the building.
Oh, okay.
And I was saying that she better be. She was on the show too that same night.
Yes, Monty. I remember. Yeah. I didn't ask you was Vega on the show because I knew already.
See, now that sounded arrogant, but I digress. Anyway,
arrogant was you assuming that I didn't know who she was, jerk. That's what that was. All right.
Okay, I'll wave the white flag. That's fine.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see. Did I go through all of my actual questions here? Because I wrote a couple of them down as soon as you sent me the quote. But okay, I think I did go. But so we essentially agree that we disagree with this,
right?
Like, is this ever true?
I think that it can be true.
Okay.
But I think that it's one of them situations, like I said, where you walk into a room full of dumbasses, and it's like, why am I here? I'm in the wrong room.
So why not be motivated then to teach them? Why not be motivated then to? You've walked into the room, you've determined the temperature. Why not be the thermometer?
Okay, so let me clear it up when I say dumbasses.
That's pretty clear.
I'm saying, all right, so I'm saying I don't know if this is the word I want to use, but I'm thinking of it as being more of I'm just going to say this word. This isn't what I'm trying to say though, but more of an intentional thing with the dumbasses. Okay. And I'm talking about somebody who is, it's not that they lack knowledge. That's what it is. It's not that they lack knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at that person as a dumbass. I just
Okay.
look at them as a person that just lacks knowledge. And of course, we all lack knowledge in, many areas, of course. But there's some people that may be a little bit further behind and they just need to be caught up. That's cool, right? I'm talking about the person who is the dumbass, but is also the loudest person in the room and is trying to convince everybody in the room that they know it all.
Okay.
Those are the rooms I don't need to be in. There's nothing for me to teach you because in your mind, you already know it all, you dumbass.
So, but this is a room full of them.
It could be a room full of them, or it could be one person that makes you feel like you're in a room full of dumbasses. Like, I'm sitting there, like, I have one particular person in my mind that I keep thinking about. And
Wow.
This one particular person that I keep thinking about, he's like so much of a dumbass that part of the reason that I had to cut him off and get him out of my life was because of how much of a dumbass he was.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not.
No, I mean the fact that you had to, endure that for the length of time that you did initially. Yeah.
Right. Here's what it is. Whatever. Listen, I understand you're going to come across dumbasses. And you're going to be in the room with them, man. And then, it is what it is.
But in that case, right? Like, I would imagine this here is speaking to you being, it's Confucius, right? So I'm thinking it's speaking to you being the brightest diamond amongst diamonds, not just finding out that you're the diamond amongst coal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then obviously you don't fit, you don't belong. But I don't know, because like, why'd you walk in the room to begin with? Only to find out you're the smartest person there.
I can't. You talking about the person I was talking about?
Well, no, not just the person, but I'm saying I'm looking at the room. The quote, the smartest. If you're the smartest person in the room,
mm-hmm.
then I would assume there is a smart person in the room, and maybe even a smarter person in the room, right? So I'm saying he's comparing diamonds to, a brighter diamond to other diamonds, not diamond to coal. Which, if you are talking about an actual Dumas, right, like idiot, you're not really comparing yourself to that person. You identified them as an idiot, but not in comparison to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm thinking here. You got to
So
be.
you saying, how do you end up in that room? Period.
Well, yeah.
That
was one of the questions anyway.
You could be in the doctor's waiting room, and then it happens. It happens. You're not going to go through life and not encounter dumbasses. It's far too many of them.
Yo,
far too many of them.
Yo, the disdain in your voice and the fact that you think this cat's name every time you say dumbass is so evident. It's so like right out in front. So I'm sorry.
Yo, I hate this dude, yo. Hate him, yo. Hate him, yo. I swear I do, yo. Like I honestly want him to get reunited with somebody that he's been looking for his entire life. Gets so excited to see them, run to them, and right before he hugs them, his arms fall off. Yo, that's what I want. Like, that's what I hope. I'm trying not to say pray, but I really, really hope it happens.
Yo, I thought you was gonna say like the person dies, but like you left them, like that person suffers none whatsoever. You left them out of it altogether and put all of the suffering on that cat with his arms full of, yo, that was diabolical.
And then I hope that the person laughs at him when his arms fall off. Like, I can't stand this dude, yo. I swear I hate him, yo. I hate him. And here's the thing. You know how people say I hate somebody, but they don't like really mean it. They just like, man, I just dislike them. But just to try to emphasize how much I dislike the person, they say I hate them.
Right.
I hate him. Okay. People are like, when people heard me say this, they're like, yo, hate is such a strong word. I strongly hate him.
I mean, that's a lot of, you let them occupy a lot of time and space in your mind.
Well, it's other things that happen. So it's not just the fact that he was a dumbass. It was just that there were attacks. There were attacks. So he made it real easy to hate him. So
okay,
yeah.
I get it. We don't have to go into it. He knows who he is.
Easy to yo. What's up? Yo, I can't say who it is because anyway, somebody just texted me and was like, yo, are you talking about? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, somebody's watching. That's what's up. I can dig it. All right. So it always gets difficult when we agree.
I know.
I mean,
I think we were going to agree.
Huh?
I think we were going to agree.
You know what? I honestly didn't think we were either. I really thought you being the arrogant person that you are, I really thought you was gonna be like, sometimes it's like that. I'm just the smartest person in the room, and that's that. And that's when I know I need to go, or something along those lines.
Sometimes you just gotta lean into stuff, right? You could tell somebody over and over and over that you ain't arrogant, but sometimes you just need to lean into it. So here's the thing. This is how arrogant I'm about to be. On Friday is the official launch of Rellic Radio, right?
Okay.
And in the middle of our show, I'm going to do this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And we're back.
All right. That was a little arrogant. Also, if you just need to fill some time, man, let's talk. Okay.
That was
That wasn't arrogant though. You're supposed to be branding all the time. This, you know what I mean? This Relic
right.
Media, the show was on Relic Media. Everything else was on that flyer was on Relic Media. You are Relic, so hey, it makes sense. You should be branding all the time. So I gotta give me an Uncommonterry t-shirt apparently. So God dang it. And you know what? Do you have, by the way, since we talking about branding, do you have Relic Media t-shirts?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why I don't have a Relic Media t-shirt?
Mm-hmm. You know what? You sound like everybody else when they ask about black etiquette, because ain't nobody got no black etiquette. Ain't nobody got no Relic Media. Ain't nobody got none of my other clothing line, Dear Society. Nobody has any of that stuff. Yeah.
Can you call it a clothing line?
It's just at my house.
So it's like a clothing like dash. Right?
Yo, that was funny.
I'm just saying that you just got it at the crib, People want it to be a clothing line, obviously, but you won't put it out there.
Listen, I'm doing too many things, so stuff gotta wait. Like, I just gonna have to. Other stuff got to be on hold, man. I'm like,
I understand. I mean,
I'm too busy trying to become a doctor.
Oh my goodness! Again with this doctor? Again?
Listen, you just wait until it happens, and that's going to say Dr. Rellic. Okay.
Right, but the arrogance is never evident. So.
Yeah, I am like everything's going to be doctor. I'm going to get a stethoscope, even though I will not be a medical doctor. I'm still going to get a stethoscope.
And so you actually have a question about your arrogance at this point?
No, I'm not
Okay.
arrogant.
You know, I mean, you might be. You're gonna get a stethoscope that you don't need, just
Right.
so you could be in a picture that says, "Tell me you a doctor without telling me you a doctor." Right? That's what that's about.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I feel like smarter person in the room. I might be in the wrong. I mean, on this side, I'm the only person in this room, by the way. So. But anyway,
Yo, Vega
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"Where's my shirt?" Hey Vega, where's my Vega Entertainment shirt?
Yo, I don't think I had a quote for this week. Did I
Where'd it
send
go?
you one?
Nah. Actually, yes, you did.
I thought maybe.
Like weeks ago.
Okay, I'm gonna look for it right now because I think we're pretty much done with this one. What you think?
Yeah, I think we did it.
Yeah, I think we done ran it. Confucius sucks.
I know. Okay, hold on. I don't think Confucius sucks. I just think he's just. I just disagree with him this time.
Why are you defending him? I don't understand.
Not defending him. I just don't. Maybe I am defending him. I just don't think that he sucks.
Yo, can you find? I'm looking for the quote and I can't. I don't see.
Oh, here it is. The quote is "Relic is far from arrogant." Yeah, that's the one we're doing next week.
Does that sound like something I would say?
Nope.
And it's my turn. And it's my turn. So you're just being you right now by bogarting and taking my turn to put a quote up about you.
Yeah. Matter of fact. Nothing. Go ahead.
Nothing. Go ahead. As you change the quote at the bottom of the screen, you think I don't know who I'm talking to? Not to mention, I can see the quote go away on this side. You're giving me so many reasons to leave the room. You know what I mean? Yo, I can't find the other quote, and people are signing off.
No, that's fine. There's a quote at the bottom that we can. It's a new quote. So
That's a lie. That's not a quote.
it's not a lie.
That's a lie.
It's not.
Yeah, that's a lie.
And we can debate that.
What? Whether or not you're arrogant? Dude.
Yo, the last person, check this out. The last person that said that I was arrogant. By the time we finished talking about it, by the time we finished talking about it, she apologized and said, "You know what? You're not the arrogant one. It's me."
So, are you boasting about gaslighting now? Is that what's going on?
If that's what you want to call it. But the funny thing is, all of this is a result of your arrogance.
Are you looking at a mirror? Yeah. I mean, if you need a moment to yourself, let me know. I'm good. All right. I mean,
Did you find your quote?
no, I didn't. I was just looking for it. I was like, I'm gonna have to look one up, or I'm just gonna have to, take a what they call it. I forget. It's a golf term where you just like lay it up or something like that. I forget exactly, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to give it to him. When we advertise the show at the end of the week, because I don't remember what it was and I can't find it. So it's cool.
Did you look through our text messages?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking through. I don't see it. And I don't want us to just be sitting here looking and they looking at dead air.
Yeah, here. Oh no, that's a lot other one.
Yeah. So maybe I didn't send it to you, liar.
If you no. Okay, you know what I think? I think I'm thinking of the ones that you sent that we've already done.
Well, how does that push us forward, Relic?
Everywhere I go. So how do I escape me? Oh, this one right here. Everywhere I go. So how do I escape me? That was that was me though.
That wasn't a quote, jerk.
I know, but I
Yeah.
just took a moment to be arrogant. My bad.
You string them together pretty good, by the way.
Here it is. I found it. Emotions are to be managed, not acted on.
Ooh, didn't we talk about that?
No, we didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You sound like no, we didn't talk about it because right now it's some things I want to say. So I'm gonna love that because that's just another way of saying black and white, or another way of saying facts over feelings.
We're not going to agree.
Yeah, nobody's gonna care. Meaning between the two of us, it's not gonna stop us.
You're right. Yeah. Just
Nope. Oh, but yeah. Say it again. Put it on the screen. I say put it on the screen.
Nah.
I had some coffee.
Yeah.
Might be
I can see.
little late for coffee, but yo, real rap though, for me to even be up and at it right now is serious because we had power outage last night.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that CPAP. Jesus. I can't sleep without it, obviously.
Right.
So man, I was struggling, and then when the power came on for me to fall asleep, but then the power went off midway through, and my CPAP obviously goes off. So then I got a little power bank, but that's why I ended up getting the battery. Like I said, it costs a little bit, but it's gonna be worth it because it's not gonna actually push it the way it's supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I was struggling today. This is probably my fourth cup of coffee.
That's crazy. Right
Yeah.
before bedtime, right?
Well, yeah, I'll be all right.
Okay.
I'll be all right. It's only 9:53. Yeah, I'll be in the bed by like 10:30. Yo, that's another one. Oh, we on the show. We should probably wrap this up.
No. I don't care. Let them. This is like behind the scenes. So let y'all
Well,
listen.
I was just
The show's over, but just come hang with us now.
Well, yo, I was gonna ask you, did you ever try magnesium?
Yeah. Yeah.
A word, man.
Yeah.
It don't put you to sleep or keep you to sleep or.
I don't think it did because I didn't keep using it.
Word.
Yeah.
Because I don't have much of a problem going to sleep, but I used to get up like kind of abruptly, kind of feeling kind of rough. You know what I mean? But I take the magnesium. Mika, my wife started taking the magnesium. I know you know who Mika is, but they don't. That's why I said my wife.
I wasn't going to say anything.
All right, so I'm be as insecure as you're arrogant. How about that? But she put me on the magnesium, and it's super dope. When I wake up in the morning, I just kind of slide. Well, hold on a second. I just wake up smoother, not as rough as what I was doing beforehand.
I tried melatonin a while ago, and I was up all night long. But then I tried it again a few months ago, and it worked. But I have crazy dreams.
Oh, word. Well, I mean, but melatonin.
I hate dreaming.
Oh, you can't. I can't really control. Like Mickey can she can stop a dream. Mickey can stop a dream, get up and go use the bathroom, come back and pick up a dream.
Yo, that's wild.
Yo,
wow.
she's in full control of the dream. Me, on the other hand, I'm with you. I because they be wild. They be super duper wild. It'd be stupid stuff. Like I'm riding in the car and I'm talking to her, and then we stop at a light, and then I pull off through the light, and now I'm a gummy bear, and I'm like, what happened?
See, I think I would enjoy those types of dreams, but my PTSD likes to manifest itself in my dreams. So yeah, so I don't really enjoy. I enjoy my dreams when my father comes to see me. When I know my daddy didn't say, you know what? Let me go check on my boy. And sometimes he just in my dreams, just sitting there, just chilling. I wake up from those dreams feeling good. I'm like,
you got on white pants and a Cosby sweater.
Nah, he got the button up shirt, but it's like unbuttoned right here, showing his chest hair. Yeah.
Yo, Uncle Mo was dope.
Yo, Shane says CPAP gang. Yo, he's
I'm sorry to hear that, Shane. We suffering together, bro.
and then Vega said she can control her dreams too.
A word? Is it it's a female thing?
I don't know.
I mean, they're both female. So
They are, but I don't know.
we not. We don't have the same control. So
I can't control my dreams, and I don't want nothing to do with the dreams I have. Unless my daddy come to see me.
We heard you. Jeez, this guy. All right. It's time to go ahead and wrap because I do got to I want to give me a salad in before I lay down. I'm starving. I should have ate earlier, but I did not.
Mm-hmm. Vega says she doesn't think it's a female thing.
Oh, so she knows a male that can control their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the consensus we got before is it's split in half, female versus male. We can't do it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, you ready to wrap?
Yeah.
What was the quote again? Emotions are to be managed, not acted on.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I don't know. We may agree on that. We'll see next week, but we may agree on that one. I think about it.
I gotta remember where I got that from. I'm pretty sure it was like another Instagram clip I saw.
You may have put the person's name down here, but I don't feel like scrolling. So I got off the sex.
All right, no worries. I typed in a bunch of keywords to catch it up. So this has been Quotes and Mirrors. You heard the quote. We said the quote. We reflected on the quote. We ran off a little bit at the end, but we lived up to the name of the show from that, the beginning to that point.
Right? Yeah, because the show was over at that point. We was just talking. Hey, you going to the family reunion?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You gonna ask me that question in front of all these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm going. Cheeky not gonna be there.
Okay.
Yeah, she got work, so she's not gonna be there. But Doc's coming.
Terrell ain't coming, but we bringing the grandson though.
On a trip or something, right?
Yeah. No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I know what that face is. We'll talk about it in just a second.
Yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This has been fun, and it's also been Quotes and Mirrors. I am Uncommonterry.
And I am Rellic. And on that note, and I quote, peace out.